As one of the oldest active players on the ATP Tour, John Isner knows a thing or two about longevity. Just ask his former Wimbledon opponent Nicolas Mahut. When the draw was made on Friday for the first round of this year's Wimbledon Championship, John Muner could be forgiven. He let out a huge sigh and rolled his eyes. The Spaniard was drawn against towering American John Isner, who is primarily known for two things: a huge serve and his involvement in the longest matches in the history of tennis. At the age of 38, Isner started this year's tour as the oldest player in the ATP Top 100 world rankings. Currently sitting just outside that mark at 103, the 6'10" giant with the monster serve knows the grass lawns of SW19 better than most. Never was that more apparent than when Isner faced Nicolas Mahut in the first round back in 2010. The match was scheduled for June 22 but actually concluded on June 24. Not because of bad weather but because the two players took the phrase level pegging to a whole new level. Tied at 2 sets all, Isner and Mahut headed into the decider knowing that it couldn't be settled on a tiebreak, as per Wimbledon rules. After a frankly ridiculous 11 hours and 5 minutes of play, Isner finally emerged victorious 70-68 in the fifth set, to the relief of absolutely everyone, including his beaten French opponent. Isner has made 13 appearances at Wimbledon, peaking in 2018 when he reached the semi-finals but was eliminated by South African Kevin Anderson in another grueling 5-set marathon that took over 6 hours to complete, the second longest in Grand Slam history and the fourth longest all-time. Anderson took the deciding set 26-24. Isner holds the record for the fastest serve in ATP history, which was clocked at 157.2 miles per hour. His stunning serves and huge forearm smashes have helped him win 16 career titles, earning him £17.5 million in prize money. Born in North Carolina, he now lives in a luxury mansion in Dallas, Texas with his wife and 3 children, with another on the way. Due to his size, Isner had to find a home with high ceilings to fit him in comfortably. The family previously owned a Mediterranean-style estate in Tampa Bay but sold it for £900,000 to £158,000 below the asking price. Isner first met his wife Madison McKinley at the Houston Open in 2011 when he was 26. The 5'17" approached him after his doubles match and asked if he would pose for a photo with her friends because they were too shy to ask themselves. As per an interview with D Magazine, instead of accepting the request, Isner said, "No. What are y'all doing later? It's weird how it happened," he explained. "We almost didn't meet. I had lost singles earlier that day, and I should have won. I had no business losing the match, at all. Had I won, the singles is always a priority, I probably would have not played doubles. But since I lost, I played doubles an hour and a half later. I thought she was super cute before I even talked to her." Isner, who holds the record for the most aces on the ATP Tour, takes his family with him as he travels the world but has trouble sleeping. As a consequence, he takes a white noise machine with him to help get a good night's sleep while he trots around the globe. Getting from one place to the other has not always been straightforward, however, as he discovered when he once tried to fly to Canada for a tournament in the wake of the COVID pandemic. Isner told the ATP website, "I was flying from Dallas to Toronto to play the ATP Masters 1000 and I was not let on the plane. I was accused of forging my documents that we needed for COVID to be exempt from quarantine that the tournament gave us. They thought I had made up the documents, so they didn't let me on the plane. They ripped up my tickets in front of my face and it was pretty amazing." Isner was previously the #1 ranked player in the US and reached as high as #8 in the world rankings back in 2018. Although he is now in the autumn years of his tennis career, he was still able to knock out Andy Murray in the second round last year and will hope for a decent run again this time around. With a reported net worth of £11 million minus 15 meters underpinned by a stack of endorsement deals, Isner has made the grade in world tennis. But don't be surprised if he subjects John Muner to another 5-set marathon next week.